It has been less than 24 hours since Romeo married Juliet, saw his best friend Mercutio killed, which he responded to by subsequently murdering Tybalt. He has gone from overjoyed to remorseful to vengeful, but now he awaits, essentially, the news about the rest of his life. The prince's decree controls his life and death, and more importantly in his eyes, his ability to ever see Juliet again. In this shot, we see two things. First, we see how conflicted he is and how alone he feels, sitting in an empty white room. The other thing we can tell from this image is his worry. Like I said, the prince has control over his life and death. His hands over his ears show he would rather not hear his judgment. The fact that we can't see his eyes shows that it's almost impossible to tell his current emotion, as eyes are the window to the soul. Romeo is, as always, a gigantic mass of emotion that can't even be encompassed in one image.
Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom? What sorrow craves acquaintance at my hand that I yet know not?
Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips, not by his death, but by his banishment.
Banishment. Be merciful, say death, for exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Here from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. And banished is banished from the world, and world's exile is death. Then banishment is death mistermed. Calling death banishment, thou cutt'st my head off with the golden axe, and smilest upon the stroke that murders me.
O deadly sin, O rude unthankfulness, thy fault our law calls death. But the kind prince, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law and turned that black word death into banishment. This is dear mercy, thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat, dog, and little mouse, every unworthy thing, lives here in heaven and may look on her. Romeo may not. More honorable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of Juliet's hand and steal a mortal blessing from her lips, who, even in pure and bestial modesty, still blush as thinking their own kisses is sin. But Romeo may not. He is banished. Flies may do this, but I from this must fly. They are free men, but I am banished. And sayest thou yet that exile is not death? Hadst thou no poison mixture, no sharp ground knife, no sudden mean of death, though ne'er so mean, but banished to kill me? Banished? O friar, the damned use that word in hell, howling attends it. How hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend to confess, to mingle me with that word, banished?
Thou fond madman, hearest me a little speak.
Oh, thou wilt speak again of banishment.
I'll give thee armor to keep off that word, adversity's sweet milk, philosophy to comfort thee, though thou art banished.
Yet banished? Hang up philosophy. Unless philosophy can make a Juliet, this planet town, reverse a prince's doom, it helps not. It prevails. Talk no more.
Oh, then I see madmen have no ears.
How should they, when wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet thy love, an hour but married, Tybalt murdered, doting like me, and like me banished, then mightst thou speak. Then mightst thou tear thy hair, and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmarked grave.
Arise! One knocks, good Romeo, hide thyself.
Not I, unless the breath of heart state grows, dislike and folds me from search eyes.
Hark, how they knock. Who's there? Romeo, arise. Thou wilt be taken. Stay a while. Stand up, run to my study, by and by. God's will, what sinfulness is this? I come, who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me come in, and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Last screenshot is interesting. The look of shock on both of their faces is understandable, as this information from the nurse determines Romeo's future. But what makes this image intriguing is that the friar is no longer mad at Romeo. Even after arguing for a solid 4 minutes, the friar still cares about Romeo's well-being. This image shows how the friar will always be a father figure in Romeo's life, and even when they are both at their wits' end, the friar will still care about Romeo.